What is up, folks? Welcome to another edition of Billy the Kid's No Bullshit Toy Reviews, and today we are taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Spider-Man the Animated Series Hobgoblin. Marvel Legends scaled, 6-inch figure. He's sculpted beautifully. There is very little paint, but what paint is there is applied very nicely. I have a few complaints, but all in all, I think I like this guy. I honestly went out hunting because I need a Green Goblin. He's my favorite character of all time, and I just can't justify those crazy eBay prices. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to start with the negatives. This right here, his glider. This thing is way too small for Hobgoblin in the show even. I mean, this thing should be the size of his body. This should be big enough for him to ride on. This thing is so small and so disproportioned that his feet, when you put them in, they hang off. About a quarter of the foot hangs off the back. So once you get him on here, no matter how hard you try, he really just doesn't stay put. It's really discerning, it's really sad, and it really takes away from the enjoyment of this figure. I mean, that's the best I can do to get him to stay on there. But that doesn't even look right, all right? So that's my number one negative with this figure. My second gripe with this figure, and I think it's just the one that I purchased, his pumpkin bomb, which is molded in clear plastic and digitized shading. So that's really cool. But there's a big divot here, and I don't know if that's a molding error or not, but it affects the way that he holds the pumpkin bomb. It affects just the overall look of the pumpkin bomb. And I'm not sure, you know, again, if this was meant to be. So he can't hold it in either hand really well because it's just not perfectly round. It doesn't bode well. It doesn't sit right. So that's the negatives. As for the rest of the figure, aside from a small, what I'm going to say, manufacturing error, if you can see, there's a rather large gap here in the ab crunch, and you can just push it and it slides over, but it puts the gap over here. So something isn't lining up right. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. You can cover that up with his satchel. The head sculpt is absolutely beautiful. Check that out. This is where all the paint is. By the way, aside from a tiny bit on his belt buckle and the satchel, the eyes are painted. There's a little bit of white on the teeth and some shadowing on the face, and it's beautiful. It is standout. I mean, you can buy this guy for that head sculpt alone. Again, like I said, paint here on the belt, on the buckle, on the straps, and a little bit of silver highlight here on his satchel. Back as well has that little bit of orange. And aside from that, everything else is molded in plastic. Now, I have seen quite a few people complaining that he doesn't have the scales sculpted into his arms and legs the way the Green Goblin does. But if you watched the show, he was in spandex. There was no scaling. So this is accurate to the animation, and I'm all for it. I love it. The cape is sculpted beautifully. His hood is sculpted beautifully. Really stellar job in regards to the figure's detail itself. Head is on a ball joint with a swivel in the neck, so there is quite a wide range of motion. He looks up, he looks down, full 360-degree rotation, and of course you could tilt it and get any maniacal look you would like. Shoulders come up this far. They do spin around completely on a soft ratchet. You've got a bicep swivel. You've got double hinged elbows, and they work pretty good. They are hindered slightly by the glove. Rotation on each wrist, and they go in and out. That's it. There's no finger motions. There's no articulation in the fingers, but that's okay. It serves its purpose. You do have, as mentioned before, a very nicely done ab crunch. Comes back, comes forward. There is waist rotation. You can get the full Van Damme. He kicks up this far, kicks back this far. There is a thigh swivel. There is a double bend at the knee. There is also a cut at the shin boot area for a little bit more of a rotation. The ankles rock, full rotation, done very well. Feet come up, feet come down, no articulation at the toes. All in all, he is a very well done and well made figure. The plastics feel good. The paint that is applied wonderfully. He looks like he jumped off your television screen. I can't say much in regards to the quality of the main figure himself. My complaints, again, are strictly with the pumpkin bomb and the glider. I do not think that they were done properly. I think my pumpkin bomb, though, is just, a mold issue. So I'll be kind there. But this is unacceptable. This is crap. I mean, this is more for the old Marvel Universe 3 3/4 inch figures. That's what this would scale well with. This is way too small. If you can find him, pick him up. You're not going to be disappointed. He is a quality Hobgoblin. If anybody has a lead on an affordable Green Goblin, let me know. I would appreciate it. As always, check out my sponsors, St. Mark's Comics, down in the link below. To my Patreons, thank you for your continued support and belief in my channel. If you like what you see, please give me a like and subscribe. This is Billy the Kid, signing off.